Is Ark officially shifting towards a pay-to-win model? The latest community crunch from Ark Survival Senate has introduced a development that could drastically alter the landscape of the game, a change that has already sparked heated debates within the community. Now, whether you are in favor of it or staunchly opposed, there is no denying this new feature is set to redefine the future of Ark. The centerpiece of this controversy is the newly revealed automated robot known as the Serv 5R M8, which will debut alongside the Aberration expansion and the latest chapter of the Bob's Tall Tales DLC, titled the Steampunk Ascent. Now, this robot is designed to perform three primary functions. Number one is to go through and repair structures, which of course is an invaluable asset, especially in PvP, where automatic repairs could potentially tilt the balance of power. Now, functionality number two would be automatically gathering resources, a feature that could significantly reduce the grind that has defined Ark for such a long time. And three, to sort provisions, offering streamlined inventory management, potentially replacing or even surpassing existing in-game systems like the text storage system. Now, here is where the controversy thickens. The Bob Tall Tales DLC is a paid expansion. This raises the critical question, is Ark edging towards a pay-to-win system? Now, let's delve into the first function so we can just understand it a bit more. The structure repair. In PvE, where most creatures can't damage structures made from stone, metal, or tech, the robot's repair capabilities might seem less impactful. However, in PvP, the ability to automatically repair your defenses could provide a significant advantage. But how significant, that remains yet to be seen. The community is buzzing with questions. Does the repair cooldown that applies to regular structures also apply to this new robot? Can the robot itself be damaged or destroyed? And if so, how durable is it? The developers have been notably silent on these points, leaving the community to go through and speculate. Now, another aspect to consider is the robot's operational mechanics. Will it require a generator, gasoline, or even aberration-specific resources like the gas balls to function? And how does it handle repairs? Now, will it be something you simply sent to wander, and then as it approaches a damaged structure, it will go through and heal it? Or will it be something that remains idle and will only move to structures as they actually take damage? Does it need to have materials in its inventory, or does it source them through the second function, the automated resource gathering? Speaking of which, the automated resource gathering could be a game changer, but it raises even more questions. Things like wood, stone, fiber, and thatch are all pretty straightforward. But what about things like cementing paste and metal ingots, the things required to go through and repair metal? As cementing paste actually only comes from beaver dams, which are not on Aberration, or you can also get it from Akatina paste through the passive generation, and you could also craft it with chitin and stone, but there's really not any way to be automatically harvested, so that'll certainly be intriguing as to how it would go through and do something like that. Also, when metal rocks are farmed, they grant raw metal, but in order to go through and repair metal structures, you actually need metal ingots and that cementing paste. But honestly, with how this robot looks, I think it very well may have a built-in forge and could smelt the metal for you. Now, that detail was not specifically called out, but just with the way that it does go through and appear, I do think that is certainly a possibility. And if it can automate the smelting for you, then again, the cementing paste is the only questionable item. And if it can smelt the metal, the other question is, how fast can it smelt it? Are we talking refining forge speed, or industrial forge speed, or somewhere in the middle? Potential here is vast, but so are the unknowns. And finally, there is the automated sorting feature. While Ark already offers a form of automated sorting through text storage engrams, the introduction of the Serv 5R M8 could render this system obsolete. Will the robot sorting capabilities be usable on things like the large store box or vaults, or will it match or even surpass the functionality of the text storage system? And again, how will it operate? Automatically like the text system, or will it require manual intervention from the robot as it walks from one storage unit to the next? These are just some of the questions swirling around this new feature, and with so little concrete information available, the community is certainly left to wonder. Now, the automated sorting and gathering is an absolute game changer. When playing games like Minecraft, you get the sense of progression as you do everything manually from the start, and then as you go through and progress throughout the game, you start to actually build automated farms, which actually reduces the tedious task and allows you to just play the game and be more creative with the things that you do. And Ark has never really had that, at least until you beat the game and actually unlock the tech. There's just constantly been a big grind. Now, that is not necessarily a bad thing, as some people absolutely love the grind, and the early game in Ark is some of the best moments in Ark. But some people just simply hate the grind, and that is completely okay. Regardless of how you feel about it, though, one does have to acknowledge that this will in fact change the future of Ark, especially with it being locked behind a paywall. Whether you love it or hate it, this robot is poised to redefine the Ark experience. Now, as a content creator, I have already purchased the Bob Tall's DLC. After all, it's my job to go through and cover the latest content, but as a player, I can't help but question the fairness of locking such a game-altering feature behind a paywall. Shouldn't tools that make the game more accessible and reduce the tedium of time-consuming tasks be available to everybody? Now, of course, a lot of work did have to go through and make something like this happen, so there does have to be a price tag put on it, but that doesn't mean that that should be the only way we get new content, as there's still a lot of problems with the base game, and the game's not even fully functional as it is. So to go through and add new functionality when there are things still as broken is certainly questionable when a price tag is involved. But enough about my thoughts. What do you think? Is the introduction of this new robot a welcome evolution, or is it a step too far into the pay-to-win territory? And is this paywall justifiable, or does it undermine the spirit of the game? Now, this isn't the first sneak peek we had at content coming to Aberration, and it certainly will not be the last. For those interested in the Ark's newest creature, the ling, which will be added to the base game, check out my detailed video on its potential mechanics and the potential impact of its addition to the game in this video here.